Will the hey everybody, welcome. It is the halftime show presented to you by, of course, the Henry James Saloon. As I think we can officially say that maybe the Eagles are not in the class of the Kansas City Chiefs, and I guess my biggest reaction right now is this, and everybody's disagreeing with me here at Henry James Saloon, which you can be at right now. Here in Roxborough, it is time to come to grips to the fact, everybody, that during this, first of all, what a horrendous way to end a half.
That was a terrible way to end that half. Fans booed them off the field.
Yes, good. No more field goals, please. No more field goals. I don't care if you miss. You're not going to win games kicking more field goals. And more importantly, I just don't think Miles Sanders is the guy that we think he is. Okay? You asked this team to run the football. They have given him opportunities, and by the way, holes and lanes to run through.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have it. I'm just saying it right now. Miles Sanders is not the guy that yet everyone thinks he is, and that's what's been evident to me this first half. You think the running game's going to change this offense? It's not. It's Nick Sirianni and it's Jalen Hurts, and that's been evident to me.
Yeah, no.
Shelve Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell from here on out.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, Kenny Gainwell's been great for them so far. The way that he's been using him, great in the passing game. You love to see that. Third downs, he's been coming on the field. He should be there. For a rookie to be getting that kind of role for you in a game like this, it's a great thing. And you know what? Credit to Nick Sirianni. He's coaching a great game. This is the best game he's coached so far. Penalties have gone down significantly because they don't have 30 of them. It's pretty much Andre Dillard and Derek Barnett, which is kind of what you expect. So what can you do there? But the offense looks solid. And that's the thing. Going into halftime here, as the team's getting booed off the field, we heard Merrill talking about it because we're playing the radio here at Henry James. And Merrill's saying, it was kind of a gift. It didn't end up being that bad. But the feeling is so negative, and I kind of feel that too.
Yep.
But there's a lot of positive things that are happening with this team for things that they need to change to improve, like long-term stuff.
Yeah.
I think they look a lot better right now than I thought they would.
Certainly. And, Hurts has been, for the most part, I think, pretty good. Obviously the interception wasn't great, that last throw that got overturned, and thank God that was incomplete. Devontae Smith some life, but no one's gonna remember that post game. We're probably not even gonna remember that post game because of the fumble and all that, and just the red zone itself. They have yet to figure all that out. And Gustavo's in here saying, how do I know? I'd say they won't even give the ball to Sanders. Right. They've tried. That's what I'm saying. It was last week. They didn't give it to him enough. Now I think they've given it to him at least 5 or 6 times, and he is ineffective. He is not round the corner. He's just not. He doesn't have that burst. He's a great guy when he's in open space, but he's not a yard creator, and it doesn't seem like he is. And then the reason why he's not being featured a lot is because Kenny Gainwell has hands and Miles Sanders only caught one ball. So they're in a tough spot because this isn't much different from what they've been running the past couple of weeks. It's still a lot of bubble screens. It's still a lot of this and that, taking deep shots here and there. But thank God Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert are way more involved this week. That's first half impressions. That feels pretty good to me.
No, you've been getting parts of things over the last couple of weeks, and now you're seeing it look a lot better. They have been running a little bit. That's what a lot of people wanted to see. You get some of that. You've also had a lot of opportunities for Jalen Hurts to run a little bit. You're doing the RPOs. He's been taking some things himself. They are taking the deep shots down the field. Early in the game, I leaned over to you, and I was like, they're hitting passes in the middle of the field. This is a good thing. So there's a lot of the stuff that I was yelling about that a lot of people were yelling about. You're now seeing that as a basic fundamental offense that's built properly around a running, growing quarterback. So Sirianni doing a lot better job this week. Again, they have 13 points right now against Kansas City. The offense looks competent. They got Devontae Smith involved in that last part of the half. There's 4 out of 5 backup offensive linemen. I mean, can't we be excited that they're in the game a little bit? They're not winning. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but they're in the game at halftime. That's a nice thing to have. So I'm happy right now.
Oh yeah.
There's stress, but I'm happy.
Angel checking in saying we can continue to see Jalen try to make plays happen that aren't even there. What's up, guys? Well, I think a lot of that is just really Devontae Smith as a guy that is a great route runner, and just like we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, probably not going to get much out of it. And Quez Watkins getting shoved down in the end zone with a no call was
ludicrous.
Certainly weird.
Weird. That was an atrocity.
Yeah.
I mean, he got pushed in the square of his back, and they pushed him right out of the damn field, and then the ball's thrown 2 seconds later. I mean, that's a game-changing pass interference call. That's something people are going to yell about this whole week, assuming the Eagles don't win this game. And if
Probably
they
still yell about it
yeah,
anyway.
but you should. Like, that is ridiculous to miss that kind of call in the end zone against the Chiefs, too. That's a backbreaker. That's part of why people feel bad right now.
Yep.
Terrible missed call. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it is the complete inexperience of QB coach. That's not going to change probably for a few weeks. It just isn't. But Jalen losing that football right at the end is a complete backbreaker. Like you got to get some of that back because of you took the field goal there. You wanted to get points. Dan said he's pretty happy about it. The game so far, everyone said they would lose by 30. So absolutely, I think that's and they are still in this and they can score, but like. They have to come to the realization that Kansas City is not going to punt in this game, and they probably won't either. So, if you want to take the Barney, the Pushestein angle and go with field goals in the first half, you've got to eliminate them in the second. Like no more. You've got to try and punch some of these things in because, Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes are. One of them is might be still an awful person, but man, they can play football. It doesn't matter when it comes on Sunday. So
well, yeah.
You gotta. They can score it well at any time, and all of these have to end up being touchdowns. Vince, have to. No more punting.
No, you can't do it. You just can't afford it. It is Kansas City, and you know what? It's not just an Eagles thing. This is literally every team that plays Kansas City.
Yeah.
You have to play differently because they can score so quickly. They are so volatile, and you're seeing them right now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been killing them today. I mean, all the little stuff underneath, open spaces, making good reads. He's just been doing that all day so far, so being able to shut that down, probably not going to happen. Let's be honest. The Eagles linebackers aren't showing you anything like, John, let me tell you, that Jannard Avery's really going to turn things around and become an elite coverage guy.
Should do like right now the coattails of, like six guys that are dragging me down for an extra 10 yards. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been going that way, too.
So it's brutal like that. So, yeah, you got to score. You got to be aggressive. Fourth downs, trying to play third down as a four-down scenario. All that kind of stuff is on the table. It has to be because you got to win the game. You got to try to win.
Is that what? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yes, you need to be aggressive, John. If a field goal, people look at field goals and they're like, "Oh, it's points, but points don't matter if it's not 7 against Kansas City.
Yeah,
it's got to be touchdowns. It has to be.
Absolutely has to be. Again, the tight ends are working. I'd like to see that continue in the second half. I would like this team to abandon the run now because you're not going to be able to keep pace. Like it sucks. And guess what? Yes, they're probably not going to end up losing this, but that's your best opportunity right now. Go back to a lot of the screens that we're working on. I would even try and come back and run out some 2-minute here. It looked like there was a good thing going at least with him and Devonta Smith. We would like to see a lot more of that. And honestly, just like you said, the offensive line, outside of Andre Dillard's really ridiculous penalties, have been holding up quite well in this one. Not that you would expect them not to. I mean, it's a lot less than you have to deal with Dallas. Runs in from the first and goal from the 3. They are allergic to, which only tells me that Miles Sanders can't do it, not that Nick Sirianni's allergic to.
Well, they did run that weird sprint out, pitch kind of so they ran that, which was kind of a run, but yeah, generally not great play calling again, which is why the fans booed down there.
Yes.
That's where it comes from. So they're mad at Sirianni. They're expecting a lot of things. He's not delivering there, so fans are frustrated.
I want you to pay attention in the second half here. I want you to see how much this, and maybe I'm wrong, but that's why I want you to take note of it. See how many times Miles Sanders is on the field and the offense doesn't know what's going on, and when he's off the field, the offense seems to flow okay. Maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I'm being a little biased.
Yeah.
Here, but just
the peanut gallery's yelling at John.
Yelling at me. I'm telling you, it's just it doesn't. The delay of game call, whatever that was, that 4th and 3 where they got mixed up and then they ended up taking the field goal anyway. I don't know. Something's off, and I don't think it's coach or quarterback here.
Well, sometimes you don't connect. He is still making not the greatest play. Clearly, he's got a sense of flair when it comes to the red zone. He likes doing the really tricky stuff. He thinks that's going to be a way to deliver.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be that way. I mean, even like watching Kansas City, the shovel pass has been killing them today.
Twice!
Yes, but that's what they do. That's a regular part of their offense that they do every week.
Coming.
Well, that's the thing. You should know it's coming because it's a regular thing they do. Sirianni's in the red zone, and he's like, all right, well, let me show them this new thing they haven't seen. And then he's trying to do like an N1 mixtape inside the red zone, and it's not working. So he's got to keep that a little bit simple, too. And he's got to believe in his guys there and not overcoach and draw up all these crazy plays every single time they're in the red zone.
I guess what is simple? What is simple, Stu? And even Joseph, they can't. They cannot. This team cannot run the football straight ahead because they don't have the horses or the personnel to do it. They can't do it. They don't choose to. Miles Sanders can't play power football.
He's not a power back.
He can't do the thing that you're asking him to do, and they don't have a fullback, and they're only going to do with what Jack Stoll if that ends up happening. So, like, get ready for more. I would just like to put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and see what happens. If that means you're going to get interceptions and like whatever, he's got to figure it out at some time. You've got to rely on your best offensive weapon, and right now, I'd probably still say that's QB1. Get his legs moving in the red zone. I thought that's why he was brought here. Doesn't his college statistics have some absurd number that when he lines up in the red zone, it's like 70% of the time he scores? Like, just that's what I mean, and keep it simple that way. I would love to see, but I don't think we're going to get I formation. Vince, how is this second half going to go for you?
Well, yeah, it's going to be what happens on this first drive. Chiefs are getting the ball. They're going to kick off in just a moment. And as that happens, if you get a stop here, then you can run a little bit more and you can do that stuff. But if you're getting into a spot where Kansas City scores, and if they score easily, it's like, all right, we need possessions, we need to conserve time, and so you got to attack, you got to be aggressive, you got to start passing the ball. So this drive, a pivotal one for the Eagles. You can't be down at that point. They could be down 15. So a lot at stake here. A lot at stake here as they start off the second half.
And here we go as it is, oh, my God. Now to the all right, they didn't run it back, so that's the important part here. We're gonna let Merrill take over. We will see you for postgame again. We're at Henry James Saloon. We're here every Sunday right here in Roxborough. Just listen for the bells, and that's where we'll be. Let's go, Birds! Go!